everyone, this is Haley Bright from CoinOpTV. We're behind the scenes in the Sega room with Chris Avallone, the lead designer on Alpha Protocol. So tell me, how is Alpha Protocol considered a modern-day RPG?
Well, in Alpha Protocol, we allow the player to sort of take on the role of an espionage sort of secret agent for the U.S. government. And we allow him to advance skills like martial arts, gadgetry, and sort of travel the world to try and solve all various missions and sort of espionage activities. The main character in the game, Michael Thornton, he can go on a number of optional missions around the world, tracking down weapons shipments, interrogating suspects, and generally try and prevent various terrorist activities from taking place across the globe.
Can you explain the dialogue stance system and how it works?
Yeah, what we wanted to do was sort of create sort of much more of an urgency feel in conversations. A lot of the previous RPGs we did were more of an interrogation session where you could always loop back to a central conversation node. In Alpha Protocol, you actually only have one path of the conversation that's determined by the mood stance you take, whether suave or aggressive or professional. And then people have different reactions to you in that stance system based on that, but it's all timed. So you have to sort of like pay attention to what they're saying and what their mood cues are to actually get the best response out of them. Or sometimes to actually provoke the worst response, which actually can get you an advantage too.
So you're telling me that provoking a bad response is actually a good thing? How does that work?
Sometimes when you encounter certain evil characters in the game or certain adversaries, if you can provoke them into losing their cool, sometimes they won't use all the smart tactics when they enter boss fights. They'll be so pissed off at you, they'll abandon all that stuff and just try and come after you against their better judgment.
Stealth seems to play a large part in the game. What exactly are the game mechanics?
Basically, the player has a stealth skill that they can advance over the course of the game, as well as this special power called spatial awareness. And what that does is when it's activated, it allows them to sort of like pay attention to his environment and sort of call out with arrows where everybody is around him. So you can actually use that to navigate around patrol patterns and spot when someone's going to come around a corner and take them out really quickly and silently, as opposed to suddenly stumbling across them and they sound the alarm and stuff like that. But we have a lot of alarm mechanics, patrol routes you have to pay attention to, and aspects like that.
Is this basically like a choose-your-own-adventure game?
Choose your own adventure generally only gives you 2 or 3 responses with every choice you make. Alpha Protocol, by the end of the game, you're liable to have many different options for the end game. It's very unlikely that any 2 players that reach the end game will have the same experience at all, even if they play it multiple times. It's we try to create a lot of options based on the choices you make with the various characters.
Since this game has multiple story elements, are there achievements that can be obtained by taking certain paths?
Oh, absolutely. Actually, our lead systems designer, Matt McLean, created a whole series of achievements that are just based on how you treat certain people in the game and the different endings that you get as a result. And there's a wide variety. I don't think players will be disappointed.
You've got some decisions to make, Mike.
Actually, Mina, I have another trick up my sleeve.